archaeologists. I'm John Proxy. Welcome to the proximity. Welcome. Ooh, how welcome, well-spoken rambler, and happy birthday. This is a game. This is 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, a game about kids and their robots. I'm gonna load my game. It's been a while since I played this because I took a little bit of break, and then I found out what one of my 5-hour recordings had went missing, and I would have to redo all of that footage, which was it wasn't massively keen on that. Well, I originally booked today, tomorrow, and Thursday off because I have a new game to play, which box isn't nearby. But then I realised I had a birthday to go to anyway, so I just had a lie-in instead. So I'm just going to be playing this for a couple of hours. Just kind of worked out for the best, to be honest, because I promised to go to both parts, and that would have meant me getting up at 8 in the morning for work. I've done 71% of the destruction. I've remembered 40% of the events. God damn it. Somebody told me that, I read it, it's only a 35-hour game. No, it's not. That's lies. So I've analysed 29% of the stuff. Let's go into the remembrance. Because, yes, I am on a time limit here. We want to get everyone to 30% for a reason, I think. Yes. Because he seems kind of important. So we have, I think these two. Not you. Never you. Sekigahara. Let's have a quick look at his, Okay, so we barely played as him. We've done his prologue. The runaway suffering from memory loss. Of course. Classic. No, my face is the correct size. Okay, on the screen, I mean. Sekigahara learned about the truth of the world from his past self. Oh, so it's, Total Recall. Yes. And Sekigahara met Lori, Fuyosaka, who has a fondness for him, for just no reason. He started to remember everything about the Aegis system. I have no idea what polygon is required to fit all these love triangles in, because everyone has a love interest, and everyone has a previous love interest from, like, the previous cycle that they sort of vaguely remember, and it makes... And there's, like, I mentioned this before to Mini Cooper, it's like, there's only so much shit I can give about teenagers and their romances. It's like, and I get it's the end of the world, but still. Anyway. The Aegis system has regained his memories about his conversation with Morimura and Tetsuya Ida. Okay, so he lost his memory, and then he started to remember. Okay, I feel like more happened during this plot, but fair enough, we'll carry on. Like, he had a mysterious gun, and there was a dead lady, and it was like, oh, are these connected? Let's jump in. Sekigahara. Ready to elbow drop?
You're sure there are none of those men in black suits here?
Positive.
Nope, that was out of tune. Nah, it's just too high for me to sing. Right. Pick a find, it's a magic gun!
There's an emblem on it. Maybe it's a car key?
It's a motorcycle key, surely. I love that all the items they hold are huge. Oh, Final Fantasy 14's updated.
Oral NM C0204 is printed on the label. The bottle's made of plastic. There's nothing inside.
So the pills are either to help you keep your memories or to help you lose your memories, because there's at least 2 sets of pills here. They also... Once you start taking the pills, you start getting headaches, and you have to continuously take the pills. Yeah, everyone, they don't even try to make them sound like teenagers.
As long as it's set to stun, it won't kill anybody. But it's strange. Why do I know how to use this?
Star Trek reference.
An outdated transceiver for communication purposes. It has a very limited range.
Everyone sounded older in the 80s. What's funny is when I think of the 80s, I think of not just sepia because of old photographs, because, like, that's not the 80s, but, like, everything in the 80s was brown. Like, I have parents... there's a photograph of my parents from the 80s, I remember. They just had the goddamn worst sofa. like a pattern with like 4 different types of brown on it, and brown wallpaper, and large ugly glasses. But maybe 80s Japan was more stylish.
The note says 443-685-3214. What could it mean? A password of some sort?
I don't know. I don't know what that number means. I'm playing the new Nier game, and of course it's like version 1.244. So people figured out pretty quickly what that means. It's the square root of 1.5, just for reasons.
Chihiro Morimura, 31. Sakura High School nurse. A key member of Shikishima's weapon development team. The one I found dead.
So the nurse, the one which has the absolute worst design in the game, that's her grown up. But they're both around here. That's probably the first twist I figured out on my own. It's not supposed to be difficult to figure out either. Hang on, I'll look at the mystery files. Yeah, Miss Morimura. She doesn't. I mean, she doesn't. It's the same person there. Look, the woman who looks like Miss Morimura. Not to be confused. Anyway,
she seems to have a particular fondness for me. It appears she confessed her feelings to me, and I have yet to give her an answer. What was I going to do?
yes, yeah. She has to literally walk around like with her arms folded constantly. It's just, because like, ignoring how all the characters are designed, this game looks really good. And I know it's the artist is the same that does lots of terrible stuff that's like technically sound, but like decisionally poor. Like the fact that all the kids are very easily identified, by the way. Like the designs are fine, but
Chihiro Morimura's objective, one with great implications.
hang on, I'll show you one example actually of something that's like mystery files. So we've got a character. I've forgotten his name. It's gonna help if I know his name. In fact, let's go into the manual. The punk. So we don't get to know about Ninja Ogata for ages, but he's got that classic, rebel haircut, Japanese rebel from the 80s. And then we get to see his grown-up version of himself. We'll now look at the mystery files. If I can find him. It's not super easy to look for all these. Oh, that's the same person again. But that's also got the memories of the future version of her in. Pompadour, thank you very much. The point I made, there he is. That's the adult version of him. So there's a young version. He gets to look cool as fuck as an adult. Everyone else gets great adult designs, and she just gets the worst. Yeah. Look how cool this guy is. And it's not like, I think lots of people have it like that. Like she is, I mean, she basically looks exactly the same. They got a bit lazy with that one. So they're the same people. They kind of look like the same as her. She's doing very well for 120 years old. Anyway, I'm going to carry on.
Especially for those from another world, like me. If Operation Aegis succeeds, we'll never be able to leave this world. That must be it. That must be why I killed her.
Okay, so a lot of the plot concerns itself with like aliens attacking the same point in Japan in 40-year time periods. So have we seen the 40s? Yes, the 40s, the 80s, the new R20s, and various futures. But there's an implication that these might not be time travel. Then we might be on a spaceship, and they're literal different sections that they're moving about in. They've never like pinned it down what the heck is actually going on, because that's sort of the point of this game, that we're trying to unravel that. We definitely appear to be in a giant spaceship, which is the plot of Dark City, because we've seen the Edge as one of the characters. So I don't actually know what Operation Aegis is, because
I did see them earlier in the morning, but I haven't seen them at all this afternoon. Do you think they left?
I seriously hope so.
one of my favorite tiny details, which like I don't know why they included, is that they make a noise when they switch from sliding on the floor, presumably. I was like, I mean, and that they always switch hands. Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun here.
If a random stranger like me is seen on campus, will that be a problem?
Just in a school uniform.
I don't know. Will it? But you shouldn't worry, especially with that uniform.
Yeah.
It may be from the future, but it's still a Sakura High uniform. So you don't have to feel like a stranger.
I genuinely don't remember who knows what at this point, because I've staggered my playing this over like 6 weeks. I'm going to be watching someone else play this game at some point though, so and he'll play it faster. But some of it's just because of how this game works though.
So tell me, what's Sakura High like in the future?
In the future... Well, there should be a new building up and running.
Very exciting.
Yes, you'll see it for yourself someday.
Guys,
Not fair.
well stretched. Super prepared for the exercise that's going to happen. I don't have a run button with this guy. And I don't seem to have much in the way of decisions either.
Is anyone just allowed to enter the nurse's office?
Well, there's no teacher there, so it's closed right now.
So the way the right...
Leave it to me. I'll figure something out.
I'm still going to do my exercise. Oh yeah, I'm on day 2. So... Oh, hello.
It's you. Yori. What's up?
Yori.
Hey, Usami-chan.
There's an I in it, but it's very quick. So, everyone's character works slightly different in their own story than they do in other people's stories, I think, as well. So you're vaguely only a love interest in other people's stories, because that makes sense, because you're pursuing your own thing. So her story is she keeps falling asleep, because it's to introduce you to the concept of that they remember previous lives.
What are you doing here? Well, he wanted to check out the school, so I'm just showing him around. Oh, cool. Yep. Anyway, we better get going. Alright, see you later.
There's a small chance she might be a murder robot, depending on where we are in the timeline. Okay, let's Where did you two come from? So, the Pigtails girls are also from the future, from year 20, from now. Do I... They also skid. Oop. Alright, I'll go back and talk to them, I guess. Where did they go?
That had to be her. The girl who delivered the message from myself. What?
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No, I'm fine. Must have been my imagination.
Yeah, so in her storyline, he's known as Cute Guy. Because she doesn't know his name, apparently. Who do I... She seems to do a lot more in other people's storylines, actually.
The door's open.
Okay. Well, that would be rude. Okay, we're clearly going to be looking at both anyway.
I managed to borrow the key to the nurse's office, and all I had to do was lie to the teacher.
Yay!
Please, my classmate skinned her knee.
Quite. Check what's on the desk. Because that's slightly less rude if we get caught.
Medicine? Oral NM. These drawers are locked up tight.
What are you looking for?
So I don't remember why she knows about the future. Oh, I've got like 5 years. Just trying actually to get the stuff done. Never mind. You know about these pills?
Oh,
What's wrong?
well, it's just the two of us in here together, all alone.
In the nurse's office. Public space. You know anything about these pills?
Are you looking for something, Akun?
Answers.
It
I'm
must be really important.
looking for answers.
Let's see. There has to be a spare key for that desk. And it's probably somewhere in the teacher's lounge. Okay, I'll make up another excuse. Then I might be able to get my hands on it.
So he didn't actually say anything, and his technique of communicating to people is just staring at them long enough for them to come up with the answers on their own.
The label's a bit different, but it lists the same medication. Oral NM, C0204. Just like the bottle I picked up before.
This might be where it came from. Definitely did that already, but
Let's take a look at these student medical records. Ryoko Shinonome. Looks like she was given C0204.
you should abbreviate that.
Morimura. She's been administering this drug to these students. Ryoko Shinonome. There are more. Shu Amiguchi. And Juro Izumi.
Medical records been added
That
to the
was
thought
quick.
cloud.
So, did you manage to find the key?
I also start talking to people who walk in the room before I know who it is. Oh no, it's not the person I expected it to be. How embarrassing. Megumi.
The nurse's office is closed. Come back when... You better start talking. Those men that are after me, are you working with them?
This is what you wanted me to do.
What I wanted?
Hey, what is this?
Mexican standoff. Good.
Sekigahara, wait!
You're gonna need 2 guns if you want to join in.
You too, Megumi. What are you thinking? Hey, Megumi!
Yeah, Megumi's storyline is that a cat ordered her to shoot a bunch of people. I know why. Because it's got something to do with how they summon their mechs. The location of where you're shot is where your start symbol appears. Anyway, and he's either trying to add to that or get rid of it. I don't know, but she's just listening to the cat. I would listen to a cat as well, I won't lie. But, so she, instead of a phaser, she's got a magical gun. And it's a reference to an anime that I've seen. It's quite good.
I only followed you out of sheer curiosity, but What in the world just happened with Megumi?
Not a thing.
And you're wandering around by yourself?
Well, I wasn't by myself on the side.
Where's Iori?
What's your problem?
Well, clearly I'm just a hopeless busybody. I'm going to look for Megumi.
She's also the cat from Persona 5, which is why I recognise her voice. And she's in Danganronpa as a swimming person. So it means... And unfortunately, what that means... No. What the hell, John? Is, there's the cat. Fluffy! Not to be trusted. Or definitely to be trusted? I don't know. So yeah, so when Miyuka Inaba turns up on the TV as one of the characters has a TV singer, an idol, start talking to him, she's got the same voice, and I'm like, well, now I know that they're somehow connected. But yeah, some of them are robots from the future, so I'm not gonna have time to explain all that. My point is,
That girl with the braids.
you're gonna have to be
I know
sneakier
I've seen her somewhere.
if you use the same voice
But where?
talent. You're
Damn
gonna
it.
have to be slightly
Come on,
sneakier, otherwise
think.
I'm gonna notice. Let's recall, since I don't actually have any other choices right now.
That's right. She's...
Ah,
The lights are still on. Maybe this place isn't entirely abandoned.
yeah. So this Terminator here. In one of the plot lines, one of the characters as an adult starts rebuilding that girl as a robot in an attempt to save her, and I assume that robot eventually becomes the TV idol somehow.
This terminal should be able to tell me where I am.
But we're in the far future now.
Quite a bit of android information here.
Everybody loves good Android
This all
information.
looks like research data. Ah, here we go.
50 points for anyone who gets that reference.
Sekigahara Tech Lab number 6. 6th level underground. So, this is a Shikishima facility.
Androids.
Current year
Everybody loves good androids.
2104. I've shifted 40 years into the future.
It's always 40-year increments. No robot. Oh, there's a ground robot.
An android.
Yeah.
Is that what this place is being used for?
Yes.
What the hell?
The bills give you headaches.
I keep getting these terrible headaches. Could it be from shifting? This looks bad.
I mean-
Another one?
Over here.
Ah.
Unless you want to die, you should stop snooping around.
So she's got a robot leg.
The surface is covered in lethal levels of radiation right now. Go up there and you'll cough up blood until you're dead.
Sounds painful.
Who are you?
Well, clearly, I'm just a hopeless busybody.
A callback.
I inspected the Sentinel that was transmitted underground. How much do you understand about the current situation?
Talking about, are you River Song?
I don't know why, but I ended up here somehow. I have no idea what happened.
Then allow me to fill you in. I'll start from the end.
No, don't start from the end.
Sentinel, or you rather, are compromised. You've been infected with code DD426.
Ooh. That is new. Okay. 426 has been a villain that's been recurring in lots of people's storylines. At least one character is 426, but we know 426 also body hops. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to explain this quickly. I think originally 426 was one of the characters from their various time loops. But then they got killed and then brought back as a robot and then cleverly swapped robot bodies. So this might be 426 we're talking to right now. 426 has looked like this girl as a robot. But yeah, this is... The reason this girl is a robot is because another kid grew up to be a scientist that brought her back to life. Despite how convoluted it sounds and how confused I clearly am, it is paced quite well because usually every story is like one beat. It's a solid beat. Although we are now starting to get into story territory where it is starting to go, right, I hope you've been paying attention because we're now going to start combining all the various... Not various, doesn't matter. We're combining stories.
You were shifted without a specific destination.
Disparate, that's the word.
Seems like whoever shifted you was in a hurry to do so. Otherwise,
You can only shift...
there's no way a Sentinel would end up here.
So, I don't know the actual mechanics. I know you can only shift in certain locations. And it's implied that they actually shift with their giant robot mech. So presumably the mech's been moving all this time without me knowing with all the shifts. Or there's the mechs parked in convenient places. I don't know. So that's why presumably why she's referring to him as his Sentinel.
Code DD4... What is that?
It's a program that's been implemented into you. Well, into the nanomachines in your body, to be specific. Its main function is to sever a portion of the nanomachine. The part that's cut is physically connected to the brain. And that region of the brain is where memories are stored. Your brain suffers damage each time a connection is severed.
Brain damage is bad.
You can lose your memories. Or worse, become a husk.
It's implied to have happened to a character.
Is that why I've been getting these headaches?
The main character, Jiro Izumi, who's one of those names, his particular storyline is that he's been rebuilt from the ground up. So he was a main character, he's done a bunch of stuff, and he's had it all completely deleted from him. But he's remembering. But it sort of seems to be happening with lots of people, but he's the only one who was completely destroyed and is irrecoverable.
I've had them ever since I got here. Why would anyone want to do something like this?
It's quite a question.
Is this irreversible? Can I try deleting the code?
That's not possible. Access to your nanomachines is restricted. Once a code or program is implemented, there's no way to delete it.
Have you tried?
This is all so sudden. I'm not entirely sure I can believe her. But I do keep getting these headaches. And I definitely don't want to become an empty husk. How long do I have before I become a husk?
It depends on the intensity of the infection. Or how much time you spend inside the infected Sentinel. The longer you're in there, the worse it'll be.
Oh, hang on. So at least one person's storyline is the movie source code, where he's looping literally the same scene again and again and again on a train. And so when she's inside a Sentinel, they might literally be in a simulation from the Sentinel. I don't know, it's clearly stacking lots of storylines on top of each other. I'm gonna... You know the people on the internet, they like tell you the story of what happened in Kingdom Hearts? I look forward to that video of this game.
Let's assume the infection is moving slowly. To spread to your entire body, it'll take about a month. That's the best case scenario. Worst case would be within a few days.
A few days?
I mean, worst case would be like now, but...
I may not be able to remove it, but there is a way to delay its effects. Fortunately, I discovered a nanomachine lab here. I found it by analyzing the underground mainframe's data. It is a facility that researches future technologies, after all. I can create a code that'll temporarily stall the effects.
It's handy.
You can?
First, let's make a deal.
What?
I need a small favor from you.
We might be talking to 426, and in the future, in the past, in his in his personal future, which is the past in the 80s, she might be 46 as well, or at least a robot.
It's nothing complicated.
Fair enough.
I just need you to get me out of here.
I apparently have quite a lot of
Not anyone
workers.
can use the shifter. Only those who possess nanomachines can use it.
Yes, I do know that one.
This is all so sudden,
no.
but I definitely... I have to ask, what's a young girl like you doing in this place by yourself? I see. The androids here are wrapped in a human-like skin, just like you.
Oh, this? Yeah. It's pretty easy to see the damage on this skin.
You could put a pair of trousers on.
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
That's right. Okino mentioned something about this. He said some AI stole an android and escaped.
Yes.
Tsukasa Okino, huh? You should ask him about DD-426. No one knows more about it than he does.
Is that so?
So, how does my offer sound to you?
What's the offer
I
again?
don't really have a choice.
Then it's settled. I'll give you some pills for your headaches right now. Wouldn't want you to forget about our deal.
Yeah, so there's at least one girl with constant headaches who's presumably just about to turn into a husk. Like, it's like you have to press a button to take pills every 4 seconds or something. Not 4 seconds, but... Juro... I can play more Juro now. Let's unlock him.
Me?
So... Oh, hang on. My controller's just decided to stop doing stuff. Okay. So yes, he's the one who was completely formatted. But he was the human version of 426. We are going to go to battle. We have a new land to battle in. Or we could redo some of these ones. Oh, we have to, because we've not done Juro Karabi's Juro Karabi event. I don't know, I kind of like that it says SAS. John, just do this one. Right. How are we doing for money? Not going to be able to afford to do everyone, but... We might as well just do the cheapest ones. Armor, sure. No, I don't want to do armor. What are we talking about? Armor's no fun. Actuator? What does an actuator do? I'm covering it up with my face. But it does defense and speed. Speed is useful, actually. We'll do actuator. Getting some interference on my headphones. We get to have a quick look at the cast. There you go, she's the one who's got the headaches. Oh, I ran out of money. Oh, well, it'll be pretty easy to see who's not finished. Right, who was involved in that last story? You was...
Okay.
Sekigahara was. There you go.
I'm on it.
We briefly saw you, but your brain's overloaded.
I don't think I can do it.
No, because your brain's overloaded. You were there briefly, running around, weren't you? So was you,
Sorry.
unfortunately.
I pushed myself too hard.
as was you.
I'll go.
You were in the Mexican standoff. So we have 2 people from group there. We need to take you.
Understood.
Because we want 1 from each group. Oh, we're missing someone. I don't know. Who's worst? Level 20, level 21, level 22. Let's take you then.
I'll fight.
You'll fight. Let's deploy. We're going to get this done quickly. I hope I have some turrets.
More of these freaking flyers.
I'm going to skip this, I'm afraid, because I do know the storyline. Gonna try and get an S. Okay,
Much obliged.
There's still hope.
yeah, action. We
We
are,
must survive.
I don't know, walk forwards a little bit.
Number 23.
What's the plan?
Moving.
Don't
You
let up.
certainly have to move forwards a bit. Going that way, I guess.
Number 11. The practice round's over. I guess life comes at you fast. Number 12, moving
So,
out.
what's my next move? Let's get him. Number 16.
No fight
moving
I
out.
can't win. Still not used to this thing.
We must win.
Oh, I didn't bring any turrets.
We must survive.
Okay, you can
Think
stay.
They've locked on.
Unbelievable. I'm acting like an amateur.
Right. Yeah, that would work.
Anti-air defense.
Enemy missiles are getting back.
What's the plan?
Threat range.
Multi-lock 'em.
Die! Nice! That ought to do it. Going for
Number
21 asshole.
Enemy threat range.
Yeah, long range missiles is better.
I'll show you. They
Don't
felt
waste
that.
any chance.
Hello, Ichi. How long have you been there? Anti-air defensive. Oh, I think it's
I
going to
don't
miss
think
most
so.
of them,
We must
but I don't normally record it this time. It's just because I've taken the day off. Multi-lock.
Let's do this.
Stream, I mean. Not record.
Did I? Destroy.
Bastard.
You did destroy. Sentry gun. Why did you take ages to get a turn? Maybe I just didn't notice.
Need help.
She's just going to be spamming sentry guns. She's going to get the most damage
I'll
easily.
make it work.
Because I've leveled up those sentry guns through the roof, and they're very effective because they're smarter than I am. Anti-air again? Maybe. If we put one
Anti-air
there.
defense.
No, that seems to be done.
Still not used to this thing.
Okay, leg spike on the tall one. Drill fly? No, the terror carrier. That's what you want.
Through with me.
Don't carry terror.
Don't let up.
Okay. Okay, I bought far too many close range people. EMP attractor. Yeah, we want to bring the big guy down.
Did that work? How was that?
Did I miss the big guy?
There's
Possibly.
still hope.
Multi-lock missiles. You have to go back to the base.
There.
G-Mola.
Got it. Enemy destroyed. Let's try this around.
I've only played a bit of the first prototype, and I didn't play it when it came out. Oh no, no, hang on, is that prototype? I might be confusing that with the different game of the same genre.
Was that okay? Guess I did
I
it.
guess life comes at you fast.
Rounding.
You're just yes. Yes. Senseless.
Oh wow, that's
How's
super
the
strong.
Sentinel?
Note to self, use that more often.
neutralized.
Okay, let's do this.
Big spike on the Terra carrier. Infamous, yes.
You picked a
I think
fight
I
with
played a bit
wrong
of one of the
girl.
Infamouses. I don't know a lot about those games. Yeah, there's a bunch of people really close to the centre.
Take that. Yes.
Didn't know me, it takes ages to get a
One
second
down.
turn.
Enemy takes off.
Speaking of,
Enemy threat range.
send your gun. Right here, you'll be fine. I'm not doing great. I will win easily,
What
but like,
next?
I want to win very easily.
You're just small fry. How's that? You managed? My territory limits threat range.
Get Demolish a Blade on the Terra carrier.
How was that?
He's on the ground now.
That work? Target destroyed. Going for me. Think that do it?
Still not used to this thing.
Big spike on the Terra carrier.
Nice.
Because they're producing enemies.
That work?
Yeah, I feel like they have had quite a lot of influence on future games, because I know Prototype and Infamous came out and were like, oh, isn't it funny how they're both the same? This sort of simultaneous evolution thing. And now kind of a lot of games have this sort of just because I know that they're open world and they're weird power games. I guess they've kind of fallen in and out of favour.
I'm ready. Got it. I did it. So, what's my next move?
Not in a great position to actually kill things. Let's get that because it's like a group.
Score.
Practice round's over.
Within enemy threat range.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to miss. No, it didn't miss.
Within enemy threat range. Fall. Good. Next.
I didn't bring a very good team for this one.
Enemy threat range.
I've got you now. Ha! Yes. One down. You.
No
They need to
fight I
join
can't
together
win.
and make Prototype versus Infamous.
Come on. How's that? You picked a fight with the
I'll make
wrong
it work.
girl.
I guess life
Okay.
comes at you fast.
Team cooldown.
The practice round's over. I'll make it work. I guess life comes at you fast.
Cool, I should have been using that ages ago.
Here it comes!
Must win. Take that. Got it. I did it.
Don't waste any chances.
I'm struggling now. aren't I?
Move. That
This
work?
is all pretty freaky. Jeez. Was that okay? Yes.
As long as I can keep this thing moving.
I'm taking inefficient moves here because I'm just going to immediately take another action,
Situation.
which is instant team cooldown
I
again.
can help.
Sentry gun. Actually, I should have put sentry gun down first, but
There's still hope. There. Yes. Enemy
No
destroyed.
room for hesitation. How was
So,
that?
what's my next move?
Stamping on the spot.
What's the plan? Oh. Did that do it?
Yes, it did.
Nothing special.
We will not lose.
Did I just win?
Take that.
Yes, but I don't think I got my S.
Destroy. Termination of enemy signals confirmed.
I'm going to skip all this because it's a plot I already know. I can. What time is it? Okay, I've got time for one more episode.
Aegis activated.
I'll try not to faff.
Terminal closure complete. Surrounding 2 kilometers.
I know it's kind of late, but that means
So,
you.
Wonderful.
I guess
And we earn EP for every fight we do anyway. Though I guess it is making me a little overpowered. But we have the hard modes if we want them.
As long as we have this power, there's still hope.
Rankus! There we go. Rankus! That's what I wanted. And if we look... no. But like, I'm pretty sure Shin and Omi had the most damage, just because of those 2 turrets I put down. So now it says... Yes! Goodbye!